Close your eyes for a minute, close your eyes for a second. I won't change my mind.
Hi Posh fam, welcome back to my channel, Poshcateyes Unfiltered. And as always, thank you so much to my latest subscriber. We didn't really grow, but again, thank you if you're going to be thinking about joining us here. Welcome on board the Posh Fam train. Go through my playlist. There will be something that will keep you locked in. And for my existing hobbies, as always, I appreciate your show of support. Keep it locked in here. Again, like, comment, and share this channel with your family. We need to grow. With that said, let's get into the commentary that was the Real Housewives of Potomac this week. Now, day 2 sees the women still in the Dominican Republic. And as you know, there was the issue regarding Giselle having a conversation about her daughter Grace that saw Candice and Wendy making eye contact, and that didn't go down well with Robin. And so this was what was being addressed as the previous episode concluded. Now, but what is clear as day with this particular episode is the fact that there is no kumbaya moment between Candice, Robin, Giselle, Candice, Wendy, and Giselle. This is just as cordial as it will be for the cameras and for their paycheck. There is no headway. We're going to get into all the shenanigans that went down in day 2, as well as celebrating Ashley's 34th birthday, Cubana, Havana team style, and all of the gossip. Like I said, there wasn't a lot of central talking points. Probably were 2 main attraction for this episode. Other than that, it was a snooze fest as always. And so Wendy walked back to the beach and overheard some of the conversation and demanded to know what the ladies were talking about. At first, they didn't want to say anything, but with Wendy insisting and not really letting it go, Robin had to come up with the fact that, yeah, we saw you making weird rolling your eyes, and we found that a little bit irritating because Giselle was talking about her daughter. And this is where Wendy chimed in and said, in the past where I have spoken about Grace, not really spoken, just being in the same presence as your daughter, you have attacked me. And so I am very careful with what I do, with what I say. Pretty much I'm on edge whenever you're talking about your daughter or whenever your daughter comes around. I pretty much have to look at a certain direction so as not to rub you off the wrong way. And that is saying a lot. That is saying a lot. Giselle is so mean. It biggest believe why she's mean. I cannot understand the animosity. That is just weird as day for me. As for Candice and these 2 green eye bandits, as they like to call themselves, it's quite unfortunate where they are at. The whole drama regarding Chris Bassett, coming into the dressing room and having a conversation with Giselle, making Giselle feel uncomfortable, is where they are at, and there's no reconciliation. As for Robin, this whole breaking news surrounding her husband and all of the alleged affairs that he's been having on the internet with Candice, holding them accountable publicly on Twitter and on Instagram, is where Robin finds like a problem with. And so these women are headstrong and they are not going to let go. But like I said, this means we're going to be seeing all their casual pretend conversation. This particular with no resolution in place, they moved on to having a dinner. And again, at this particular dinner, conversations were very washy-washy. They wanted to, I think this is where Karen was like, what's going on here? The conversation from the beach seems like we're not going to get a headway, and it's again as clear as day. There is no headway with this. These women are going to be on separate sides, and I do not know how this would go with the future of this particular show. Because if you're not having friends, have conversations, have activities together that is fun, what's the point of bringing them together? The plan then was to have the Havana themed event for Ashley celebrating her birthday, which did happen that night. And we saw Ashley, they all dressed like Cubana style. I've never seen this, but they all look, really happy for days. And the showmanship that is this woman is it's our truth or form. They do give it a red hot crack with showmanship. Now on the next day, which is day 3, I think this is particularly the penultimate day of this particular trip in Dominican Republic. This is where most of the highlights actually happened. The first was, to have a visit to a temple of has some history, a century behind this particular church. They went there, had some photo ops, and then had lunch. This lunch event, Karen brought the conversation up. But before this particular outing, Giselle had pulled Karen aside to have a conversation. Basically, Giselle feels that Karen isn't showing support, and she wants Karen to support her against Wendy and Candice. She feels when there's the group dynamics in play, Karen is a different person, but I disagree. Karen is just plain as it is, telling it as it is. She's not going to take sides, or if she takes sides, it's more in a fair go, not necessarily to antagonize the other group. And so Karen actually said as much. I'm not taking sides to offend anyone. I am trying to be the peacemaker of this group. If it's not reflecting that way, then it's on you. You need to make the move and have the conversation with this woman and not put me in the middle of this whole brouhaha with you and them. It's not going to all go well. And so at this particular lunch event, I think the whole conversation was in relation to Karen having a healthy heart health. So she wants to do that exercise, and she chose some guy called Vernon, who was an ex-NFL player. For some reason, this guy is linked to Ashley. Ashley was blushing. She actually ran off the table and didn't want to have a conversation. She eventually came back to allude to the fact that she's gone out on dates with this particular guy. Karen wasn't really excited or keen about this date situation. I'm not sure what's going on here. Is Karen interested in Vernon, or it looks Ashley is smitten with this guy? She's now with Ashley. We do not know if she's single or still married, but what I can tell you is she likes Vernon, and it's clear as day. We're going to definitely unpack the Vernon event as it unfolds, if it unfolds on camera. Now, for dinner, the women decided we're going to go in 2 groups, with Kiana going with Neka, and I think Robin, whilst Wendy, Karen, Mia, I think Ashley went with the other group, and Candice went on a tennis team. Now, this is the pocket of conversation that happened that sort of gave rise to what we're going to be unpacking next episode. During the shootout events, Giselle and Robin wanted to know how Wendy represented them to Kiana, and Kiana said Wendy did not say anything negative about you girls. She actually didn't say anything at all. It's an open forum. I am in here to get to know you girls individually with no preconceived notion. However, I am picking a vibe, and that is the fact that there's a lot of unspoken anger and nobody's addressing it, and it's making the group uncomfortable. They agreed, acknowledged that. However, there's no headway. And then Kiana wanted to know more about the Neka and Wendy situation, and I think said, you guys should have a conversation. We understand it's a very cultural thing and it's culturally sensitive for the 2 of you. And so Neka was just a little bit hyper. It's piping hot, so you don't need to get involved. I'm like, okay. Kiana was like, is that I'm not sure, is there another issue that I'm unaware, because you are taking this literally quite far. Like, it shouldn't go this high up to an octane level when there's nothing to be fighting about between you and I. And Neka was like, don't get involved. You're not. I was like, what is going on? Honestly, guys, I was confused as you are. Neka feels the need to protect what relationship that is non-existent. Kiana is expressing what she feels is her seeing the chaos in the dynamics of the group. Is that hard? Meanwhile, during the tennis session, the other pocket of conversation was Mia literally calling out Ashley for being a gold digger. The other ladies were shocked that Mia would go the extra miles to out her friend in this manner. She held there was no filter to Mia. Mia literally said Ashley is a gold digger. She's in this marriage for the wrong reasons, or she's still in there for financial gain. Why not? She's got 2 children by this guy. And if she has the reservation or the insecurity behind leaving a marriage that she feels was beneficial to her financially, it's none of our business though. And when the group finally met, this is the part that was quite interesting. Now, before I exit Kiana and Nneka trying to find the next volcanic activity to, you know, check the size of the lava, because that relationship is now looking like it's going to be hitting the rocks very soon, just because Nneka is a little bit too extra, because Kiana felt that Wendy deserved some type of apology, and she felt that she was, should I say, offended in a way that she is not able to forgive, and Nneka feels the same way. So there is no headway. However, it appears there's now a new fight that's brewing between Kiana and Nneka. How this is going to blow out, I don't know, but I am just going to be watching and keeping my fingers crossed, because it's weird. It's just crazy. Now, the final day ended with a dinner, a sit down between the girls in form of a dinner. And as you all know, this particular pocket of conversation was going to be brought up. And Wendy decided to take the honors and let Ashley know that she was the source of conversation during the tennis match, and revealed that Mia feels she's a gold digger. That's quite literally what Wendy said. Mia feels you are a gold digger because you're still in the marriage, holding on to the marriage for the wrong reasons. And this caused a verbal match between Mia and Ashley. And Wendy said, Mia said, sorry, between Mia and Ashley. Mia agreed. I said those things because I feel like you are not willing to let go of this man, and you're holding on to the fact that you want his money, you want his support. When you found out that if you leave him, you're going to lose the support, you have decided to stay on. And Ashley clapped back, saying, you were with Gordon for the same reasons. But then, side note, Mia is full of it. This woman talks out of her nostrils. We now find out, or another new thing Mia is revealing to us, is that she had foot. She was into selling her feet on a gentleman's website. I don't know. Or she sold her foot, or people were obsessed with her feet. I really cannot tell you, because there's so much that is confusing with this woman and all of her worldly travels. It's she needs to write a book. Now, I don't think the book is going to be honest, given the fact that she's got so many tales to tell that she embellishes everything. Anyways, she was then called a gold digger for staying with a married man as well. And it was then confirmed, but you did tell us that Gordon didn't have money when you met him. But actually it was the other way around. Gordon did have money. So what is the truth? We don't know. So there was the back and forth between Ashley and Mia, accusing each other of doing the same thing, gold digging. And Giselle chimed in to say, well, you're not gold digging if you're thinking about leaving him. And producers, of course, being messy, wanted to find out what the goal is. Turns out that Ashley is, I'm not sure what's going on. She referred to Mia as having a pot of fool's gold, while she is still sharing credit card details with her ex. And her ex is also paying for her Uber Eats. Her ex is also paying for her car. Her ex is paying for the home loan. Her ex is giving her child support. So I really don't know what's going on. Are they married? Are they not married? What's happening? Because the guy is pretty much funding her lifestyle. And you kind of find it hard not to believe Mia and the rest of the girls thinking, are you ready to get a divorce, or you're just enjoying the fact that he can, be with other women? So again, separated while still together. It's nothing strange, guys. People do it every day these days. So anything that makes Ashley happy, I guess. And again, the Venom conversation came back. This time Robin wanted to find out why Karen is going for a trainer with no qualifications if she is looking to better her heart health. And Karen was just wish-washy with this one. She wants to get her inner thighs fit, or oh god. And I'm thinking, Ashley likes this guy. It appears Karen likes this guy. And that's just what I mean. I can see. And I guess when these women go back to Atlanta, there's going to be a little bit more revelations stemming from whoever this Venom is. And it's looking quite hot for the next episode, because this is where it ends with the ladies just having this particular gathering in form of a dinner night in the Dominican Republic. There wasn't a lot of firecrackers. However, there is no resolution in sight between the pockets of relationships and the group dynamic as a whole. So it ends here. We're looking at next episode, because Clarice is hosting the ladies and she's being messy by inviting me as best friend. This is where it kicks off, because there's a fruit tantrum that Clarice is throwing from the trailer, and I cannot wait to unpack that. I can't also wait for this particular season to come to an end, because it's just a lot of snooze fest. I'm trying to dig up any gist. It's just, I'm scraping the barrels, guys. And that's it, folks. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see each other same time next week. Take care and stay focused. Bye for now.